Hey, welcome back, everybody. Cappuccino behind the screens here at Connecting the Dots with Karen Owens. Listen, if you like what you see here today, make sure to go do the Google box, like, share, subscribe on YouTube. 216 Creator Studios. Ding that bell for the future notifications. We appreciate your support. Karen Owens, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, Drew?
I'm awesome. You know what?
Awesome.
Let me ask me why I'm awesome.
Why are you
Hey,
awesome?
that's a great question, Karen. Thanks for asking. I'm awesome because I have awesome people in my network like you. And I have such fun when you come here. You bring the best guests,
thank you.
And it's been so we do this once a month.
Yeah.
Right. And there's going to be a time where we're going to have to level that up because I just miss my weeks of Karen Owens. So
my God, the show's over.
And that'll be it today, folks. There, Cappuccino behind us. No, just kidding. What's new out there in the world of networking and connecting the dots, Karen? What have you been doing?
Yes. So I actually just did. I helped a family, and I'm probably gonna say it wrong, but they have 3 little girls. They lost their little boy to he had some heart complications last year. They have an organization called Wings of Noah. So I helped with that a couple weeks ago, just like really getting that out there, passing out the flyers in our community. That was at Culver's. They raised a lot of money. So, I'm going to help them again with their next event. Just doing that, I love to serve. I got that serving heart.
You're a serial server, no doubt about it. Too, I watch you on the I'm gonna sound old on the Facebook and the TikTok. And you're doing cool things like, make sure you record your loved one. I saw that.
My uncle.
Yeah, just awesome.
My Uncle Johnny, yeah.
And it's true though, too. Making memory, everybody's like, just put the phones down for a minute and just live the moment. Yes, you should do that. But when you make memories, you want to remember them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And sometimes the file cabinet in the old skull gets a little full. Yeah. So if you can put in, like I have a gratuity journal, right? Because it's hard to be hateful and grateful at the same time. I kind of go through and I have a digital book of photos because if I had to print them up, there's not enough paper in the world to put those on. Yeah. But I would go through those and be like, oh yeah, that time. I remember that time, right? Yeah. So I absolutely love how you bring those little things, those little gold nuggets out, that kind of
he's gonna be 88, so we've talked about this before. I don't know. I love talking to older people. Like I love their stories.
The stories. They're amazing.
I love a story.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I love a story. Yeah.
Well, and not for nothing, but we also have a guest here, so I don't want to take up too much time on that.
And actually, speaking of stories, she has an organization called It's Our Little Story.
Nice.
Yes.
So who do we have?
My beautiful friend Maebelle. And she is amazing. She has like 20 kids and she does all this great amazing things, and you have a gym.
Yes. My husband co-owns a martial arts gym that teaches jiu-jitsu as well as Muay Thai.
Yes. And then you also do kickboxing.
I teach kickboxing, yes. And I teach Women Empowered, which is a self-defense program housed by Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Love it.
I was a Hoist Gracie fan. Fan. Very intelligent people.
I agree.
The world of jiu-jitsu is amazing. It's probably one of the best arts to be in. Just because
I couldn't agree more. I very much enjoy it.
The discipline alone, and everybody out there is like, fight. And listen, everything always goes to the ground. If it's gonna last longer than 3 seconds, it goes to the ground.
Most people don't know how to fight, so they losing balance, and then they.
Are you going to teach us? That's another podcast.
If you would like me to come back, I could totally show you some moves.
And I'm always like, how do you do all this with? You do have 6 kids.
We have 5 in-house, but one's in college.
Yeah. So like just a house full of kids and you're always moving and doing stuff. And I love it. I'm always like, how do you do all this?
I think just like any other woman like you and any other parent, I would say, that just has to hustle and just do what they need to do.
Yeah.
Just any parent. I think more and more men are stepping up and leveling up, and I'm loving that. So I'm no different than any other parent that's struggling, whether I have 1 or 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Or what did you say earlier? 200 kids?
Yeah.
I don't know what you said.
20
kids.
I was going to go back to that question and go
20.
Wait a minute. Can we back
I don't
up
know.
for a
I don't
minute?
know where the 20 came from.
I do feel like there's a lot of kids in my life. There are always lots of kids in my house.
Sure.
Yeah.
So,
it's like always like, what's one more kid? When you have, I don't know. I mean, I have 3 kids, but like, I don't know, just always with, what's one more?
Friends, your cousins,
yeah.
Your best friend's children.
Yes. All right. So let's talk about, it's a little story. You're not for profit and how you started that.
All right. So a long time ago, before I met Karen, I moved out here with my ex-husband. We lived in Huntley, and we started our lives there. And I ran into another woman. We met at a preschool, and we got to talking about our history and our life. And her name is Christy Sams. Both of our daughters went to the Learning Tree there in Huntley, and we just got to talking one day. And she was telling me about her experience in the foster care system. I was sharing my experience with DCFS and having them in my life as a child. And after that conversation, it was just really nice because she and I were both married. We both had families. Our husbands were thriving in their careers. And we had just said that we, beat the cycle. We beat the pattern of abuse and trying to break it in our own family. And I left it at that. I walked away. And then one day, like actually within a few days, I got a call from her and asked, do you want to start a not-for-profit? And I'm like, sure. And I didn't even know what that would entail. But just after a week, she had all the papers lined up. She had everything going, and I joined her. Yeah. And so that is the reason why we started that's how. The why was because we wanted to break the pattern of abuse. That our past doesn't have to dictate our future. And that's what we were trying to show to the teens and the children that we work with, that she and I were able to overcome our past and we didn't let it define us. And that we too were able to build our own thriving family, that it doesn't have to be like the way your mom and dad raised you, or the foster family that you had. That doesn't have to be your normal. So that's what drove her and I to start the organization. So.
You do such a great job with it. I'm a little tired, so I had to write out some questions. So and I'm going to have to put my glasses on too. So your website talks about your mission is to educate, empower, transform. I think you kind of like talked a little bit about that. Like walk us through like to translate these words into real life programs. Like what I know you do some programs with the
state,
the kid, the state. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. The educate, involve, and empower, that comes from why we wanted to do that with the teens, is that we wanted to educate them of all the resources that are available to them. Okay. And therefore that would continue to educate them, and then that would hopefully empower them, and that they would use it. My goal is to teach these teens that I specifically work with right now to become their own highest resource. And then eventually, like by involving them by the choices, creating like a plan, creating the structure as to what they could do. Now they can always deviate from the path that we create together, but just letting them know, hey, you've got financial aid available to you because you're youth in care. You can get funds donated to you to help you get a car. There's so many things that are available to all these teens that they don't really know that. So that's what I like to do, is I like to involve them. I like to educate them. I am a huge proponent on not just giving things to people. I want them to learn how to earn it, because unfortunately in this world, things are not just handed to you. Now in the foster care world, there's so many generous people who do donate to foster families, and that's wonderful. That's necessary, because receiving a child that is transitioning from their biological home into foster care, we do need those resources. But as far as them thriving and moving on from foster care, we need to show them how to get those resources. And that's why I started this not-for-profit, why I continue it.
Well, you even said before, just like balancing, do people balance checkbooks anymore? I don't know.
I hope they do.
Yeah, but you did. No, but you would do that kind of stuff, right? Like stuff that they don't even, like they've never done, or manage money, or.
It's even even more worrisome to me because the step before that, no one's even taught them to get an ID or where to get their birth certificate or where to get their social security number. Usually the caseworker is supposed to assist with that.
Yeah.
But if one caseworker had it and then they rotate to another caseworker and that caseworker didn't like let them know where that's supposed to be found, then we have to start the whole finding that piece of paper all over again.
Oh, wow.
And so they have limited access because they're not of age, right? So they have to lean on the caseworker. It's such a huge cycle, and it's such a huge process. But that's one of the first steps before anything else. They need to have the basic documentation just to even move forward, just to get a bank account, just to, go to school, to get a job. So they need those 3 basic birth certificate, ID, and social security. And so that's one of the things that we talk about, when I work with them.
So how old, you said they're teens. So are they like 13 or around that age?
Going back to your original question as to like my program. The main program are, what's it called? Bread and butter or meat and potatoes is the life skills program and our financial literacy program. And so that's a program that DCFS has contracted with me to do with the referrals that they provide. I also work with third-party organizations as well, and they'll send me their teens, again, from 14 to 21. Illinois, I believe, is one out of 4 states in the entire United States that has teens stay until the age of 21. Then they can age out. Other states, it's always 18. But here it's till 21.
Okay.
So from 14 to 17, I teach life skills. So basic life skills that maybe, what you teen or child would observe their parents doing normally, like how to cook, how to break an egg, how to just clean the house, how to keep the house clean, how to wash themselves. That's another thing. Like those things are like really easy things that we take for granted because we assume that people taught them that. No. So some of them have not been taught completely how to do that. So we talk a little bit about that. But back to the programs, we teach the life skills, and then the financial literacy is for 19 to 20 years old. And from that program, we teach them a little bit more about investing, about identification protection. We talk about their credit a lot more. And then once they complete that program, upon their 21st birthday, they receive a $1,404 check from the state. It's kind of the state's way of like, trying to send them off, properly. So they want me to teach them how to manage that money before they age out. And
wait, how many, you go into their homes and you do it online too?
I used to go into their homes, or I would pick them up pre-COVID. And now when COVID happened, we learned that this can all be done online. And so I do it online. I kind of prefer sometimes with many of my students that are more kinetic, they're more, they need to be more involved. I prefer to meet with them in person. So I'll try to do that. But my range now, I first started back in 2019, just 2017 to 2019 serving in person. Now it's become, I was only serving Northwest region. Now I'm serving Northwest, Central, and Southern. So the whole state of Illinois I'm serving. So I can't go 4 hours down to Springfield or any of the rural cities back there. So I serve the whole state of city. And the whole state of Illinois.
And are you sleeping? Do you see what I'm saying? She does so much stuff. Because how many, do you call them students? What are you?
Yeah, I call them
how many students do you have?
I think we have like 95. Yeah.
Whoa, that's a lot.
I think, and so I'm going to chime in.
Chime in.
Here. So, what I absolutely love about that is when you say life skills, all the basics, right? From cleaning your house, cleaning yourself, how to cook. These are all great things. And I love the fact that you're teaching that and probably explaining why it's important to know it. Because even like, listen, I have 2 kids at home. I have just 2. I always say too many, but it's just 2. I love them dearly. And there's always like, well, why do I have to do this?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, because the things that you don't like to do, period, you have to do in order to do the things that you like to do. And if you want to stay healthy to do those things, you have to properly have good hygiene. Just take care of yourself. Treat it as if you would treat it your brand new car. Sometimes we treat our objects better than we do ourselves. And and those are all great reasons. And then touching base a little bit on the financial literacy, no school teaches that. It's I have a friend that actually was trying to put programs out for that, even for adults. It is so important how to manage your finances, how to know what a bank account, how to do the book of it, how to, I mean, listen, math, I'm blessed with a wife that's great with numbers.
Yeah.
Because I get numbers, I get colors. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. So
we're in the positive,
right. She'll be like, stop spending. And I'll be like, yes, I don't know. Right. But so places locally here too, like Great Lakes Credit Union, they do accounts for kids, and then they do.
Do you use them?
No, but
they do. They have like a small little program about it.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And you can start building your credit with them, and then you can, it's fantastic, and that you actually bring that up because those two things are the base skills for actually growing. You can't grow midway. You have to start at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love the fact that you're going ground level and then working your way through for the growth, for that tree to sprout. You know what I mean?
Me too.
That's brilliant.
I very much enjoy it. Things that we take for granted, like even cursive. Like when I sometimes meet with my students, like the last session, I typically like to have it in person because that's when I give them a check. So after they finish and complete the life skills program, our organization gives them $178 for completing. It's like an incentive.
Nice.
How long is that program?
It's 18 hours.
18 hours. Okay.
So typically I meet with them every other week.
Yeah.
Just so I could rotate with all those students. Because
I
have to. Plus I don't want to be in their face. I don't want to they always have so much going on. Each one of these foster care kids that I'm working with. So, so when I meet with them in person, just like knowing how to sign the check, they're like, how do I sign it? How do I go to the bank? I'm like, wow, I took that for granted. I didn't even think that they don't teach cursive anymore. I think they're bringing it back now, but for a good amount of time, they didn't teach cursive. And so you can't just print it because then anybody could just
print it.
Yeah. So teaching them that, filling out an application. I remember I had one person fill out an application. They didn't know how to put the letters in each box. So we take a lot.
They didn't understand the box, right?
Like, putting, Maebelle, M-A.
Yeah.
So I had to step back and just like not assume, if that makes sense, because it's not their fault. Nobody
right.
No, so. Right. Cursive went out. I don't think it's coming back. But
you don't think so?
No, I don't. And I'll tell you why. Well, either is dead languages. That's basically what it is. We're in the world of technology. And yes, it is good and it is bad. It depends on the perception that you take of it. Digital IDing is going to be the next thing. I was at the DMV and I had to get the real ID if I was going to travel, even in the United States now, right? And when I signed on the line, my signature looks like a bad piece of art. Okay. And the guy was like, we're not doing that anymore. I'm like, first of all, is our mouse in your pocket? What's this we? I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, we don't do scribbles. I go, that's my signature. And I don't know if he just felt so empowered. Yeah. But he was no, you have to do the perfect cursive. I'm like, then my signature on my ID won't match anything else that I have. Yeah. I'm like, so that's not going to happen. Yeah. This is my signature. Good luck trying to mimic it. That's why it's my signature, right? Yeah. But today, there's different unique ways. Those boxes that you have to print on, those will be going away too. But it's good to know how to. My mother was a school teacher of 42 years in the Catholic school system. Okay. So talk about, really being a teacher and not getting paid. Yeah. She was the one that stayed after school with all the kids that didn't want to learn, to make sure she could try to give them an education. And before she died, we went through every letter. She had a chest, but this tall loaded with letters of thank yous and whatever. So she made a difference. She's the reason I do what I do. She's the reason why my goal isn't money, is to help as many people as I possibly can.
And you do. You always are always impacting people.
And so these education lessons are important because they're like, why and how do I do this? Now, my question to you is, so there's a rotation, right? Is it just you?
I do have an instructor that helps me with.
Okay, so there's two of you. Yeah. Or there's more of you than two.
Yeah, there's more than two. There's one other, my assistant, and she's been helping me learning the program as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I've always been able to handle all the kids, all the teens, because as we all know, teens don't always show up.
Right.
Yeah. So
Out
like
of
I might
100, you get
schedule
3.
5 in a day, and like I'll get 3 that show up,
Yeah.
and then I rotate them to the next time. And it's okay. I eventually see them. I sometimes see my students on Saturdays. I have students that are literally living on their own, and it's approved that they're living on their own, and they work 12-hour days. So like the only time that they can meet with me is at 8:30 at night, and so you just make it happen. But yeah, I'm pretty much the only one, and I've been able to handle it very well.
And this is all in person. You have an online presence as well, where you can meet with them remote.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, it used to be in person pre-COVID, but DCFS now wants me to do everything online.
Okay,
if that makes sense. Like they've encouraged me. If I need to meet in person because it's a better learning experience, they're totally supportive of that. But yes, I've been meeting with them online, and most of the students want that too.
Yeah,
it's just more convenient for them.
It is.
Yeah,
and that like hands-on. I don't know.
They're used to that age. That age, they're used to being more online than in person.
Yeah.
You're not going to get somebody staring at you in your eyes when they have that conversation with you in person. It's a different personality almost behind the screen, right?
Yeah.
So
I do feel like it's more effective when I am in person.
It is.
So I do try to meet with my students that are local to me for the career and education portion of the sessions, and then house and money management.
Wow.
Because I think that's very detailed. I need to show them exactly how it does to do calculations. I can do it online because I have students like down south and central Illinois.
Yeah.
But it's way better because I can see the engagement. I could see the light bulbs turning on in their heads. Whereas online, it's like, oh,
you're not getting all the micro expressions. You're not getting all the body language. That tells a story in itself.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But I mean, I feel like I develop good relationships with my team. So I could tell when they're completely disengaged and it's like time for me to just, okay, you're not having a good day. Let's go ahead and connect later.
Yeah.
And then I'll just reconnect with them later. Because
Okay.
I gotta, if I want to be successful with them, I have to acknowledge if they're having a bad day. And we all have bad days. So, and it makes it better for my experience with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
And you don't have to answer this. I think you guys touched base on this just a wee bit. But you came out of the system, yes?
Yes, I'm what you call an at-risk, which means, or intact. I had a DCFS caseworker visit my home from 9 and then to 18 years old. Okay. And so my caseworker's name was Deidre Davis. And so I remember her the most. She was my only caseworker, to be honest with you. She visited every month to make sure that I was doing okay. She knew that I was being groomed from my dad, and that I had to tell her the same thing that my dad rehearsed with me every visit that she was coming.
Oh, wow.
But there wasn't enough evidence for the state to take custody of me because I never, what you call, ratted on my dad. Right. And we don't usually do that in my culture.
My culture either.
Yeah, we don't bring and that's just how I was raised, and it was kind of normal. I mean, for our parents to do that kind of approach in parenting. But yes, so my involvement in DCFS was that I had a caseworker that visited me every month until I turned 18 to make sure that I was doing okay. And when that concluded, one of the last things that she said to me is that, I know that you've been, telling me what I want to hear. Right. And she goes, but one day you're going to be able to look forward onto your life, and you don't ever have to let your past dictate your future. Ooh, and and so it's always resonated with me.
Do you still talk to her?
So I know this is kind of from our, we started this holiday drive that became more and more popular every year back in 2012 here in Huntley. We first started serving 25 kids, and then more and more families started learning about us, and Elgin DCFS started reaching out to us and making us our organization the main go-to person for holiday drives. So one season I ended up having to bring a bunch of gifts to the DCFS field office in Elgin, and I had just got done delivering the gifts to this office, and I am walking down the hallway, and I noticed somebody coming this way, and I'm like squinting, like looking, I'm like, no way. And I'm like, Deidre? And it was my caseworker. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Deidre. Like I ran to her and I gave her the biggest hug. She just it was meant to be, because she's like, wait, are you the organization that everybody's been talking about? And I'm like, gosh. Everybody's been talking about us. And she told us, and then she's just been so wonderful. And now we're friends. Like, we keep in touch.
Yeah.
I named the caseworker award of the year after her. So we just keep in touch. She's since then
I love that. Yeah. Yeah. How long did she work for?
Girl, like
I was gonna
30
say
some years, I would
wow.
say.
That's
Yeah,
a long time.
Maybe close to 40. I don't want to misspeak, but
it's okay.
I know she's been with them for a long time.
Wow.
I'm 45. So
wow.
How satisfying is that?
Yeah, that's amazing.
I love that. That's you almost made me cry on that one.
Yeah, we were all gonna cry. We were gonna just say, Kevin, get some tissue. Get some tissue. Okay, so that's a great. Let's talk about your holiday drive and your events. Like, they're amazing. I know I volunteered with them, and they just get just the people so good.
Well, first I'd like to give credit to Christy Sams, who is my co-part, who has since then took a step down to pursue other endeavors.
Yep.
She now lives in Florida. So she actually left that huge responsibility to me since like 2017. And we've been doing it since 2012. And her niche was the reason why she wanted to do that for the community was because she was in DCF. She was in foster care system all her life, probably, I think, since she was 4 years old.
Wow.
And unfortunately, she was sexually assaulted and abused by several people within that system. And she never received one gift. Not one Christmas gift. And so she wanted to, in turn, make sure that each kid not just got one gift, but got 3 of their top wishes. And so at that time, that was just a small endeavor. Like, we could do that for the small town of Huntley.
Yeah.
McHenry.
For 25, yeah.
I mean, our first wish list of kids was only 25. Then the next year to that it grew. And last year
which is sad that it has to grow.
Oh, it has totally grown. Last year it was 668. I thought it was 609, but when I looked at the papers again, it was actually 668.
Yeah.
So that's a whole lot of community because
you're picking those gifts up. I mean,
well, I have great sponsors and I collaborate with several businesses to help.
But back in the day, I remember,
me.
she was at 2:00 in the morning, and you're just
with Deb too. We had volunteers doing it, but we've gotten smarter. If that makes sense. Now the goal is to have businesses get involved so that they can in turn buy the wishes. But we used to have people monetarily donate to us, and then I would be dumb enough to go to Target and be there for hours, endless hours, trying to shop for these kids. And sometimes kids don't submit wishes, or caseworkers don't submit wishes. They're just trying to get their names in.
Yeah.
So I'm looking around. I'm like, what does a 9-year-old want? And at that time, I couldn't Google it. I don't know why. I just didn't. At that time, now
and you have your own kids at home too.
Yeah,
and running them to different stuff. And she's right. I know, amazing.
No, but we've gotten smarter. So and much more efficient.
And you've gotten better letting other people do this stuff. This girl was like, "I'll do it." Yeah. And she does that face. And we're like, "No, let other people do it." Oh, okay. I'm just gonna learn
for help, but I'm getting better.
She is getting better.
That's a hard thing to do, especially when you know what your follow through is.
Yeah, and it's your organization.
It's your organization.
Yeah.
It's not even your reputation at that point. It's just about doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So you hold
and
so
people are
close
relying
with
on
that.
you.
Yeah, and all those kids are
and you have to learn how to release that from your vest.
Yeah.
A little bit, and you're going to be people. Yes, that are not going to be you. Listen, as a chef, I don't go to Italian restaurants because you got to make it better than me if I'm going to pay for it, right? But now I'm like, well, I have to try, and see. That's the same thing here. You gotta kind of put a little faith in the people. But listen, you surround yourself by greatness. Greatness always happens. Mm-hmm. It's not, your network's probably pretty sound just by hearing everything you're talking about and how you do things.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you surround yourself in greatness. So you got to let that greatness take on some of that workload, girl. Otherwise, you're going to burn out.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. And I do. I have a great network.
You do.
Your foundation sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Sounds fantastic.
We're going to, from A to Z, we're going to do your wishes this year. So we're doing that. Okay. Tell the dates of the holiday drive.
So that lasts up until the second week of December.
Yeah.
I don't give I'd like all the gifts in-house by December 8th so that I can distribute it to the caseworkers within that time. But sometimes sponsors and donors aren't able to get it in, and I just make room for that, right? But right now, I pretty much sent all the wishes out. Caseworkers and representatives need to send me their wishes every year by November 1st. This year, I extended to the 5th. And then I usually set up a after deadline wish list as well, form just for them to submit. So if I have any monetary donations left over, I love to, give it to the kids and try to fulfill those kids, even if it's only one wish from their 3 wishes. So they send us the caseworkers and representatives send us the wish list. I then go ahead and filter through them, and then I go ahead and distribute it to sponsors or private donors, organizations. And then sometimes like the Huntley, I don't want to misspeak, but the Huntley organization here, they always donate to me. They do like the turkey boil event, turkey. Sean Cruddy always reaches out to me every year.
I know what you're talking about. I can't even put it.
Turkey boil.
It's not a turkey boil.
Something.
Not the testicle.
Yes, that's. I believe
it
is. I believe it is that.
Turkey testicle.
I'm gonna say it's a big thing in Huntley.
Yeah. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
And he raises money from it. Him and his team raises money.
That's
and they
awesome.
always select my organization to donate to. So that helps a lot with,
that's awesome.
The children that I didn't get any donors for.
Yeah.
So that's when I do go shopping. But I have learned how to use Amazon, and I've learned how to also enlist some of the teenagers in the neighborhood. So yeah. So yeah, and so then after that, they have till December 8th to buy all their gifts. Typically, I ask them to put all the 3 wishes. If they do, they're not compelled to buy all 3 wishes. But if they're not going to be able to buy all 3 wishes, just let me know so that I can start putting aside the money.
So they get all those 3 wishes.
Yeah, because I really do want to get all 3 wishes.
Absolutely.
I don't think there's been a year where we don't at least give them 3 gifts.
Yeah.
In addition to that, we usually partner up with Project Linus, McHenry location, and they usually throughout the year they're always making blankets.
The blankets,
and so they try to make enough blankets for the demand. So like if I had 600 kids, they try to meet that demand, and age appropriate size blankets, and then we take their donated blankets and we put one in each bag. So we also have that as well. So they get their 3 wishes typically, and then they get a donated blanket. So,
check it out, folks. The QR code on the left-hand side of the screen there. Scan that. Check out some more information on that. We also got a banner. It's ourlittlestory.org. It's ourlittlestory.org. Check them out. Be part of the solution.
Yeah.
I absolutely love what you're doing.
I know.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You're amazing.
I love what I do. I really do.
Yeah, rewarding, right?
Yeah.
At the same time as helping, it's like its own paycheck without money.
And now your family, like your kids are older, like they help, and it's just like a whole family thing, and which is amazing.
Yes,
to see.
Literally, my kids were cutting out ornaments.
Yeah,
the wishes. Most businesses will say, hey, I'll take 25, 30, 40 kids. And I take each one of the kids' wishes and we put it on a paper ornament. And then each business can decide if they want to do a Christmas tree, because depending on what their beliefs are, or they'll just put it on a garland, or they'll pass it out. So the ornaments, my kids were cutting out, and I'm like, please just cut them out. I don't care if they don't look pretty or anything. Of course, they didn't look great.
Yeah,
but it still got done.
Got done.
But once you get it all on a tree, it looks perfect.
Pretty.
It does.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just because it's imperfect makes it perfect, though.
Yeah.
And the kid did it. Like hopefully they won't judge us.
No, I don't think so. If anything, that's the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
That kind of
I love that your whole family's a part of it, and just
not always. They fight me sometimes. Like, can I go to my friend's house instead?
I know, but they're all still like you, like leaving like that impact, right? Like you are setting that, and then they see what their mama does, and
they sure make accommodations for me for November to December. They just like, mom goes into the zone, like I start stressing out, and they just kind of like make accommodations for me.
Well, really last year one of your twins had her surgery, right?
Yeah,
and she still. I'm gonna cry. Now I'm gonna cry, and you still put that on for all those kids, like.
That's awesome.
And
I
think I did you. No, that is amazing, because you still fulfilled all those wishes for those kids while you guys were in the hospital.
And I'm running into so many people doing great things. So we here at the studios, we have a show called the Leadership's Edge. And Steve and Ernie are part of the John Maxwell group. Ernie comes from the Philippines. She's Filipino, and she comes from a small little town in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And her mom started a foundation out there for these kids who have to walk to school 3 hours to school a day. That's a 6-hour day travel, right?
Just to go
and
to school.
it comes from a very poor town.
Yeah.
And so she started a little foundation a long time ago, and it was getting them slippers or robes or some school supplies or something in that fashion.
Yeah.
And so every year it's got to get leveled up. She reached out to me. She's like, I'm freaking out. And I go, why? She's like, they want me to like produce and try to show out more. So we're helping her promote. We're trying to get these kids shoes, not slippers. We're trying to get, the right things for them. And I literally heard from somebody else right after that. When I was mentioning, they're like, wow, it's kind of hard to help other countries when you can't help at home. And I was like, yeah, but Earth is our home. Mm-hmm. Look at it that way. And so here at the studios, we want to promote as much greatness as possible to help us, our brothers and sisters.
No, you guys
I don't care where
awesome.
you're from.
Yeah.
Or where you're located.
Yeah.
If when there's struggle, there's struggle.
Absolutely.
And listen, somebody's worst day is somebody's best day. I get that. But because we have people like Maebelle or like Ernie or like Karen that are out doing whatever they can, that takes up time from your family. That takes up time. It's a job in itself, right?
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes not rewarding and sometimes massively rewarding. But you still do it. You when the world hits your shoulders, you plant your feet, you stand up tall and you move forward. And it seems like the organization that you've put together is doing exactly that.
I hope so.
Yeah. So you have listen, we're here at studios. We're here for in any capacity. We're here to help.
Thank you.
If that's marketing, if that's you need to use the studio to set up shop, whatever you need to do, we're in, Karen keeps bringing them in.
I appreciate that.
Like lost puppies. I'm like, what can I do?
Drew's got a litter in the next
I do.
No, there's just, there's so much need out there, right? Like,
there is. And right now it's a harder time than ever.
Absolutely.
People are, they don't have money anymore to buy food or shirts. So, this is the time to unite. This is the time to show that all the race is one race and it's the human race.
Absolutely.
And unless you want to end up like the dinosaurs, which we're probably not far from, but listen, if we unite, great things come in numbers.
Absolutely.
Well, my Uncle Johnny, who I always record, he always
Johnny.
My Uncle Johnny, but he's Polish. But he's Polish.
Oh, he's
I've always volunteered. So I just always thought you just never know. That could be you, right? Like it just,
true.
And one accident, one something, and I don't know, something happens, that could be you too. So.
Well, listen, I love where you're going with that. Personally, on me, I don't care if it was me. I can handle that. But if it was my child, or if it was my wife, or if it was my son, it would be devastating.
Yeah.
So just remember that person that might be snarky at you right now, and she might be in her 80s, that's somebody's grandmother, that's somebody's mother.
Yeah.
Just know that everybody has a bad day or maybe a bad end of days. Who knows? But just remember, you don't know the pain behind somebody's eyes unless you're in their skin.
Yeah.
So it's okay to let bygones be bygones. Just agree to disagree and walk away sometimes, right?
Which is hard sometimes.
It's really the hardest thing to do. Yeah. We're not designed for that, I think. Or I'm not designed for that, I think. Sometimes I have a hard time with that sometimes. But, Mom taught me always, like, silly little things like even holding a door open for someone.
I know.
Yeah.
Or saying please and thank you.
Yeah.
And, I held the door open. I had to go to Walmart to get a prescription or something. And the door on the inside, I held open. And he was like, no, go ahead. I'm like, no. My mom would roll over in her grave if I didn't do this. Don't make my mom a bad person. He's like, okay. And he went through.
To your point, one of the questions she asked me before the show, I think she said, what kind gesture have you witnessed that made you smile? I was going to reply to that question, holding the door open.
Yeah.
Because those it doesn't happen as often as I was taught.
Yeah.
You know, like literally I've had doors like almost in your face before I had to like stop
you know what's
it,
so funny too, when you hold the door open for somebody and they just pick up that extra speed. They got they're running towards the door.
Take your time.
Slow down. I'm here. I got you. We got the door. Yeah, but it is so. I know it is so nice.
The little things.
The little things. Or just I was walking somewhere the other day, whatever, and this girl walked by, and I was like, "You look gorgeous."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I know. And then all of a sudden, you just see she kind of like a little hair flip, and then
somebody
No, it's just
good.
but it makes you feel so good too, right?
True,
like,
but I like to see them smile.
I
like,
know.
oh wow.
I know. I did see this thing on Facebook. I want to do it, but like, I don't like. I want to do it just from my heart. I kind of want to record it because I want to see their faces, but just handing them a note and then walking away. You know, it just again, you talk about you never know who's having that bad day, and right, like just those words could be just make somebody's day and just lift them up and stuff like that. So
you know, a lot of people will tell you if you're recording stuff like that, you're really not doing it to help. You're doing it to
genuine.
showcase.
Yeah.
However, there's two different ways to look at that. Yes, if you're that type personality, but if you're recording it, it might give the other person an idea to do the same thing.
Yeah, I always say that too.
It's
like
education
to show, like just do it. It takes 2 freaking seconds to, or to something like that. Yeah, I've always said that too.
Well, we walked into Woodstock not too long ago for Let's Talk Local.
Yeah.
We just walk in the stores with cameras and microphone. Hey, we want to boost up and promote your business. And we're going to do it today for free. And there are some of them like, this one woman at the record shop, she was having a bad day. I guess she was just like, I had a sewer system explode all over me. And I just got back and I just had a great day. Guys, this isn't a great time. I'm like, no problem. Here's our card if you want. I'm like, we could just do a shot of the store.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know what? Let's just do it. So we walked the store. Tim Paul did the interview. We had a great time doing it. And then after it, I was like, how do you feel now? And she was like, recharged. I'm like, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And it's just the little things. Walking by the car and seeing somebody with 5 cases of water. I don't care if you're female or male. I'm going to ask you, hey, you need a hand with that?
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter. Some females get very offended now. They're like, why are you holding the door open for me? Because that's how I was taught. Chivalry is still a thing in my book, right? It's the right thing to do. That's why.
Yeah.
If I'm helping with water, but you can't you approach somebody anymore without them being like, oh boy, here we go.
I mean, yeah.
I'm like, hey, listen, I just want to know if you need a hand with all that stuff.
I always take the carts from like the older people because I and they're all like, they're so sweet. And
depends on what store. If you're at all, you're like, you're just after my quarter. Yeah.
I'm not. It's at Walmart. No, but you just want my quarter. No, but that happened to me. And this little old lady, their 2 friends, they were so sweet. And that's what they're like, oh my God. And then I could hear them like talking, and it was just like, it was so sweet. It was just a little thing, but got my steps in.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
a win-win. It's
a
win-win, right?
Win-win.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're on the back end of this.
I know.
It goes
so fast.
Yeah, it sure did.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it very much.
I know.
Stay tuned. We'd love to do a promotion and a promo. That come around the corner. We'll get that drive out there for you.
Get those wishes for you.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have wishes ready for you, ready to go when you're ready.
She's got your wishes.
Yeah,
she does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, we want to help. I mean, all those little kids, that makes me smile.
Yeah, I can't wait. I always like going through all the wishes. And just like I got one kid that asked for fishing gear, which is like the first time I've ever had any kid ask for fishing gear, which is so cool because my husband has taken up liking like fishing. I'm like, so should we take this kid? And he's like, if you want to. And I'm like, this is so cool because he asked like for every fishing thing available, bait, lures. He said a fishing pole, joggers or froggers. Something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I was like, this is gonna be so cool. I hope the right donor gets this kid. So just the wishes that we get.
You know what?
Cool.
Really cool. When I was,
gear is expensive.
It is expensive. When I was a kid, I had to get. I remember getting gifts from the township, and I think it was like Arlington Heights. But at that time, you know, like I don't know, I was 11, 12. I didn't appreciate that, you know, when I was like, oh, someone got, but like, you know, now it's like, oh my gosh, someone took the time out to buy that and pick that out for me and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you
know, don't realize till later.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah. Well, you do great stuff.
Thank you.
Well, check it out. Hit that QR code up at the top of the screen, folks. And just another great episode here with Connecting the Dots. Karen Owens, always bringing in the best of the best.
The best of the best.
Thank you.
Next time
she's gonna be on. You guys are just so welcoming. It's great.
I think aren't they just the best?
Yeah, totally.
We're pretty chill here.
Very chill.
Everybody's family when they walk through the door. That's just how we want it to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's how we are with our gym, and that's how I like to treat everybody. That's how I was raised.
Yeah.
You know, everybody that comes into your home, you treat them like you feed them.
Yeah.
So their stomachs are full when they leave.
Oh gosh.
That's true.
He's
I do that all the time. He
does have
you better not
in
eat
there.
for 3 days. That's how we do.
Yeah, like love.
Yeah. Right? Well, thank you so much. I love you.
I love you too, girl. I love you too. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Oh,
Thank
absolutely. All right. So that's it here at Connecting the Dots. Karen Owens. Until next time, folks. Hey, listen, it's okay. Be kind to each other. Be the change in the world that you want to see.
Absolutely.